This channel is about our plans to buy and do a DIY renovation on a Japanese Akiya, an abandoned house in Japan. According to the latest figures, there are 8 million Akiya, 13% of homes in Japan which are abandoned. Living in the city, of course, can be a noisy place to live, and we'd like a place in the country to relax. This is the house we have bought. It's called a 7LDK and means 7 rooms, living room, dining room and kitchen.
Action!
Welcome to our channel. My name is Darren, this is Yuko, my wife, and somewhere around is our dog Dash. Both Yuko and I live and work in Tokyo, but we bought this house in Chiba. While I don't really enjoy being in front of the camera, Dash doesn't mind. Dash is a 7-year-old border collie from the UK. The Japanese use a system known as prefectures, which is equivalent, I guess, to counties in the UK. Number 13 here is Tokyo, and number 12 to the east is Chiba Prefecture. Many of the early places we looked at were Kominkan style, which is a traditional style home built on wooden posts. Some had termite damage with very little underfloor insulation. With this in mind, we started looking for a more modern place built on a concrete base, with the idea of creating a British-style country home. Eventually we came across this place. The place is going to need a lot of work, as you'll see soon. The nearest town is Asahi City, which is about 20 minutes from the beach. This picture shows the layout of the land with the house and the lane at the front. Also on the property are a greenhouse and the remains of a half-demolished old house, which I'll be turning into a garage and workshop. So I wanted to give you some idea of just how remote this place is. This is the lane that runs in front of the house. As you can see, it's mostly bamboo and forest on both sides of the road, and there are no other houses on this part. We're now approaching the corner of the property, and on the right you'll see the sloping wall is our front wall. The entranceway is on the right. Our nearest neighbour is about another 200 meters further down this lane. We're right on the top of the hill. This is a copy of the plans we received from the real estate agent. One of the first things we needed to do was to produce some scale drawings of each of the floors, including the outside garage workshop, which we will be converting later. Without these, we can't really start any DIY planning as yet. Here you can see our final plan of the ground floor, along with the measurements for the kitchen, which we'll be starting soon. Our plan is to convert this to a UK style kind of country house and country garden. Let's show you around and give you a tour of the property first. Apologies for the quality of the video. So what we're seeing here is the main entranceway, and as it sweeps round you get a view of the old house that's going to be a garage. You can see just how overgrown the whole area is. Hidden in there are some cedar trees and also some rocks and lots of junk left behind by the previous owners. You can see the remains of the steel structured house. They took off the top. It has a concrete base and will become a garage and workshop. This is the greenhouse. It has an enormous oak tree growing over the top of it. Now we're going to take a look down the side of the house. As you can see, it's very overgrown, with the bamboo forest on the left and the roots coming all the way up to the house. It's going to take a lot of work to clear this. Round to the back of the house now, and you can see just how overgrown the whole area is. In this shot you can see the water tank and air conditioner, as well as more junk in the bushes. And the gas bottles which the previous owner installed just before they left. Coming round to the end of the house now, and we get a good shot of the roof and the damage if you look closely at the tiles right at the very top. Here's the kitchen window and a view of the old house again, and also more of the overgrowth and the paving, which is completely covered. Let's take a look inside. This is the main hallway with the rooms off to the left. The first room on the left is a tatami room. For those of you not familiar with tatami, it's a reed made into mats for the floor. Here you can see the second tatami room with the bamboo outside once I put the light on. Two rooms are joined by sliding doors. Back into the hallway we have some storage. And then on the left we have another storage room. It's quite big with a nice solid shelf. On the left we have the downstairs toilet. And coming round to the right is the third tatami room. You can see this room has wooden flooring too and some storage. Next to this room we have the living room with the bay windows at the front out to the front of the house and an opening through to the dining room. I also notice we've cleared some of the paving at the front of the house already. The dining room has French windows to the front and a bay window to the end of the house. And of course we're now through to the kitchen. The kitchen is going to need some work. This is the center island with some seating and the side door to the end of the house. This area is going to need quite a lot of work as it seems to be quite damp. Coming back now through the hallway we come to the bathroom. There's some storage cabinets in front, a space for a washing machine, and through the doorway is the main bath area. Time to head upstairs now. And the first room that we come to is, I guess, bedroom 1. You can see the balcony at the front there and the storage on the left. Through the front windows you can see that garage area and the top of it, which is looking pretty rough. Back through the corridor on the other side now we have another storage room, 2 shelves in this room. Coming around now to the second room, sorry it's a bit out of focus there. This is similar to the first room with storage on the right this time, and again access to the balcony at the top and a little bit of storage on the left. Here we have the upstairs shower. It's a just walk-in shower area. Next to that we have the upstairs toilet. Next we have the third bedroom. Again it has access to the balcony and a bay window on the end. Again this room is quite damp, so I think that this is just below where those roof tiles had been damaged, and again access to the balcony in the front there. What is odd is there's storage here and then these storage doors which, when you open them, reveal a big heavy wooden ladder going up to the loft floor. So this is the loft area. See, it's quite big, with some nice windows on the left and a partition wall around the ladder drop. And there's a storage area at the end, a walk-in closet really, with a hanging rail. As you can see, it's quite bright up here on a sunny day with those windows on the right. Let's head back outside. One of the first issues is our overhanging trees, which are damaging the roof and the balcony. The leaves from the balcony have blocked the drainage and the balcony has started to rot. We obviously don't want to go climbing up onto the roof with a chainsaw, so we're actually going to be using a kind of rope chainsaw to try and get that cleared. Let's get to it. So let's have a look at the overhanging trees. As you can see, they're extremely high, too high to get up on a ladder or to get up there with a chainsaw. Take a look at what we're going to use to cut these branches down. First we have a pole saw. This one goes to about 5.5 meters. It's extending. We also have a small chainsaw to chop up the branches once they're down. Next up is a rope saw. This is basically the chain from a petrol chainsaw with a loop on the end that you can throw over a branch and then use it by hand to cut back and forwards. It has cutting teeth on both sides. And finally we have an electric chainsaw. This one's only going to about 3 meters, but it's been extremely useful for lower branches. Next time we'll be showing you how we got some of these branches down and some of the clearing up. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, like and comment below, and we'll see you again next time.